Today is it's Monday, so it's when I give you my updates on current businesses and what's going on in the business, what's working, what's not working, what I'm doing next, all these types of things. So it's Mondays are always journey of a serial entrepreneur topic. So I just give you a weekly update on where I am and what we're doing. So it's firstly, it's the first Monday for a long time where I felt a little bit when you get up in the morning. It was my 12th year anniversary yesterday, so I had a couple of drinks and stuff, so felt a little bit groggy this morning, to say the least. But it's I'm out and I'm running, so hopefully this will clear my head. But I think the first thing there is it's okay not to feel 100% all the time. You just have to try and have some form of mechanism to try and get you through it. Morning. So so if you can think about any routine or something, I'll talk about morning routines on another episode, but if you can find a routine of some sort that just gets you firing or starts firing so you can kickstart your day, really helps. There's a few books I've read on this. 5-second rule is a really good one, just for kind of giving you that kickstart that you need, and the importance of a routine to get you back into flow when it needs to be. But so what's happened in my world the last week? Well, quite a few things have happened. I'd say it was an okay week. It's one of these, I'm going through a period at the moment where it's quite frustrating because obviously since separating from systems and outsourcing and starting the property empire business and brand and the Runpreneur vlog, you kind of go back to the beginning and you have to do loads of setup related work, which has to be done. It's so important getting the infrastructure right for the businesses to be able to scale and grow. However, you sometimes feel that you're not progressing as you'd want. So there's been a lot of that this week, but what are the highlights? Well, first I'll start with Runpreneur. I'm a month in now in terms of recording. So I started recording on the 1st of June. It's now the 29th today, I think it is. So I'm pretty much a month in on the recordings. You will be seeing these 2 weeks behind. So 14 episodes have gone out just on Facebook. And when I say Facebook, I mean my profile, my Runpreneur group. I've got 3 business pages I share it to, business partners pages, business partners timeline. So that's the kind of areas it goes out, and it's on YouTube as well. So how's it going? Feedback's been really good, really pleased. They've had some constructive criticism as well, which is good, about technique and how to hold camera better, sorting out the audio issue that some of the clips have had in the last 20 to 30 seconds. But I think we've covered kind of boxed that off now. Views and reach is, until I've done this for a while, I don't really know how good this is, but I started off with 1,500 views first episode, then they kind of averaged at around 500, which I still thought was pretty good, having done a few lives in the past and got around that number for one-off videos. I think the second highest one's about 800, and I think the lowest one is around 240 or something. So that's the kind of spread. I'd say I'd like the average to still be up at the 500s, but I think the average is probably 350-ish, somewhere around that mark at the moment. And it's diluted because I'm publishing so consistently and so often. So each video really only gets 24 hours before the next one comes out, and I kind of overrides it. And it's only the people in the group really that are going to have the option to kind of go back and see all the back episodes. You obviously can on my various feeds, but it's a lot more difficult to kind of find the right episode doing it that way. So I'm relatively pleased. I've got a really kind of key plan now to kind of expand the growth. Morning. So what I'm doing is today we go live on LinkedIn and Instagram TV. So big day. The episode 1 comes out on LinkedIn and Instagram TV. Now, big milestone, because I don't think I've ever posted on LinkedIn or Instagram TV. Now, LinkedIn, I've got 5,000 odd connections, but that's just from yes, when loads of people try to connect with you. Instagram TV, I've got like 100 followers or something, and I've never posted on that either. So it's going to be interesting to see how those platforms grow. Now, LinkedIn is a challenging one because I'm limited to 10-minute clips. So, and most of my vlogs, you probably realise, between 15 and 25 minutes. So I had the option of either cutting them in half, trying to edit them down, which it just takes up a lot of time with my team to do that. And I want to kind of get this out as real as possible. So we've made a decision that, on the basis that I believe YouTube videos natively play on LinkedIn on the desktop. I'm not sure if they do on the mobile, but they certainly appear embedded in the LinkedIn feed. But I think it relies on someone to click rather than autoplay. But I need to look into that a little bit more. So I've agreed to trial it first by sharing from YouTube. Now, the benefits of this is I don't really have a big following on LinkedIn, and so I'm not hugely fussed at this moment in time. But B, I have literally zero following on YouTube, and I'm trying to look at ways to optimize my videos. So I think by driving LinkedIn traffic to increase my YouTube views, we certainly hopefully give that platform a bit of traction. Instagram TV, again, same. It's linked to Facebook, so I'm hoping that I'll get some hopefully decent results relatively quickly on there. And one of my business partners is a bit of an Instagram whiz, so hopefully I'll be tapping into his knowledge and expertise to give me some extra reach. So that's what's going on with Runpreneur. So overall, pretty pleased. I've had people inquiring about coaching and stuff from it already, from 2 weeks worth of episodes. So it's starting to create opportunities already, which is great. And that leads me on to the next thing as well. In the business, I was coaching in systems outsourcing and mentoring. I think I had 120 odd clients, maybe a bit more than that I'd coached over the course of the 3 years. And I really enjoyed it during that part of my life, and helping others. And hopefully the feedback I've got is we've made a big difference to a lot of people's businesses, which is really, really nice to hear. However, moving forwards, I didn't want to go back into coaching and mentoring, purely and simply because it takes up so much time. And me, who I am, I was often going above and beyond and out of my way, trying to help as much as I could to make sure people got the value out of investing with me as possible. And as a result, you end up doing lots of one-to-one stuff, lots of reviewing and updating people's work and stuff like that. And you end up taking up a significant portion of time and then trying to kind of build your other activities around it, which is really hard. So I made a decision that, Jack, my business partner, he's going to be doing a lot of the coaching and mentorship for the new business and a lot of the sales calls and stuff, and I was going to focus more on the stuff that I love and the kind of back office systems, setting the foundations to grow, etc. However, but then people are still asking for coaching. So my thought process is if I could set up a way to give people the value at an affordable price without it taking over my life. And my thought process was to making kind of like a help desk type of scenario where I'll do it through asynchronous communication rather than, mentorship meetings, etc. And what I mean by that is I put all the clients into a Slack channel so that we could communicate and help each other effectively through Slack, which is my chosen method of giving instant calls. Oh, lots of dogs here. Morning. So that was point one. And then secondly, they'd have direct access to me on a one-to-one basis through Slack as well. But it would be primarily through video communication. And I would commit to getting back to people within 24 to 48 hours. Often it'd be a lot quicker than that. I'm setting expectations at the beginning that, look, I want to help people, but it has to be in line and with what I'm currently doing. Sorry if it's really windy. It's really windy today. So interesting to see how that goes. And the thought process was to start it at something on the line of 50 quid a week. So there's a few inquiries that have been in for that at the moment. Nothing signed up yet, but it's a no-lose situation because it's not something I'm actively looking to promote, but it's something that may have potential. So we'll see. And then I can still help people, but without taking over what I'm trying to do. The second thing is, I'm not sure if I mentioned last time, but we've had a development opportunity where we can convert a disused pub into a restaurant and maybe service accommodation or kind of shared living above that came to the table through the network, which is really good. I know people are thinking, what are you doing, mad, thinking about starting a restaurant. Well, the restaurant would be a potential, depending on what happens with the industry, but the profit would all be made in the accommodation above. So it's a mixed use building, and restaurant would be a relatively straightforward conversion because it was already a pub, which is why the thought process is in there. And one of the guys in the team is an ex-restaurateur, so he really wants to get back into the restaurant game because he sees it as an opportunity now rather than a major issue. So interesting to see how that pans out. At the moment it's with the architect just to see if there's going to be any objections or anything to getting it switched to a restaurant at local planning level at this point in time. So interesting one, keep you updated on that. The next one is I've recently signed up to a program called the Profit Process with Josh Keegan. I only come across Josh relatively recently, but I'm very impressed with his style and what he does. And I think for all my background experience and things in terms of how I've systematised business, how everything's kind of run without my involvement, I've never quite been happy with the financial reporting side of the business. And what I mean, I've adopted Profit First. It kind of works, and it definitely works, but it requires buy-in from everybody, and getting the buy-in from people on the financial data can be really challenging when you've got a relatively big team. So it's something I've been wanting to put right for a long time, and what resonated with me with Josh is he's a chartered accountant who completely buys into Profit First, which is one thing, but he's also scaled multiple businesses, so he's kind of got similar kind of workload to myself. He's pretty systemized as well, so he's kind of somebody I think I can learn from, and that's key. No matter where you are in your business journey, when you want something, find somebody who's already done it and doing it, and learn from them. It might cost you some money. I've had to pay to join the program, so I'll give you some feedback on how it goes. But yeah, really excited because he's a chartered accountant, so will understand the financial reports better than I do anyway. He also uses somebody external to go through his financial reports with him every month. He feels that when you run your own business, you can get too involved. So really, really keen to see, I'm going to do that as well, follow his lead. So it's going to be exciting. It might not excite everyone, but I know that as profitable as I've been in the past, I've left a lot of money on the table as well. And that's through inefficiencies. And I think being on top of my financial reports consistently will eradicate those efficiencies. So really excited for that. I'll tag Josh into this. So trying to give you a bit of an update as I'm progressing through the program with him. But initial feedback is he's a very impressive guy. He has the skills that are certainly stronger than what I have in those areas, and someone that I'm keen to learn from. So the moral to the story there is, if you want to get somewhere where somebody already is, just work with them and try and work with them in some capacity, because success leaves clues. So that's where I'm going there. Other than that, we're partway through onboarding our new CRM system, email marketing, landing page builder, payment, merchant, etc., which is Kartra. So we've imported our list into that, setting up all our kind of nurturing funnels, etc. We're nearly finished optimizing all the new Facebook profiles and social media profiles for Property Empire. They're already optimized for Runpreneur, but we're not pushing any form of sales related stuff through Runpreneur. So there's not really full traction for Runpreneur. And that was my promise to you guys, that this is all about value and no selling. So we're already set up with Runpreneur, but we're just looking now with Runpreneur at optimizing ways we can increase reach. So we might kind of tag on to some other influencers that might like what I do and see if they can expand my reach. But also look at kind of keywords and stuff and using tags and hashtags and stuff to try and get it out there a little bit more. So I'll give you updates on that as we go. Pretty much all of the tax set up and company structures and stuff are done now. They just need tidying up with whichever accountant I kind of progress with. which again will be linked to working with Josh. I think I need to get everybody in sync, which is really key. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes for the following week. So the other update is we had another coaching client come onto the property training, which is great. Another 395 monthly recurring revenue, which is always good. And we've got several more new inquiries that have come in, and this is really, really promising because we're not doing any real productive or proactive marketing at the moment. This is all stuff that's just coming from our networks. So there's a few leads that are being nurtured as well. So yeah, I'm really excited to see kind of where this goes. And yeah, I'll keep you updated. So hope you found this useful. Any questions on what I'm talking about, please just drop me a message or a comment. Like, share if you can. It'd be much appreciated. And I'll always get back to you. As always, I commit to any comment or question, I will always respond. It'll always be added to the content plan, which is super, super important to make sure that I'm trying to serve the audience with the stuff that they're interested in the most. So feedback is super important, and anything constructive. There's been a bit of constructive feedback, which is brilliant. I prefer that than the good stuff. The good stuff doesn't help you change. It's the stuff that you can improve by doing X, or you can improve by doing Y. That's the stuff that really makes a massive difference. So please keep it coming. And yeah, hope it's been good. As always, stay in touch, stay positive, stay happy, and I'll speak to you on the next episode.